lately than Party Astronauts, playing in the Philadelphia circuit, so that is also something to keep an eye on. This team has played together and won together in person. That does make a difference, and it was domestic LAN competition as well, which does make another difference too. It's not going over to Europe, coming back and playing a different style of Counter-Strike when it comes to North American. But we'll see what PA can do against Marsborne here, starting on the T side of things. Ben has the util, as per usual. He's been around the scene for gosh darn long time now.
He's earned his pension.
Definitely a pensioner at this point. Ooh,
gonna be an ace split too. Top mini. Minus doing okay, winning the fight on one, and more importantly, delaying the second for this A site split, but it doesn't matter. Sacrifice Nexani can easily get into the site, find the kills. Wolfie and Grizz, though, coming in from heaven, still win these duels despite how difficult they might be. Wolfie spams away. It's Ben Leet to behead him. Back to even footing. Minus finds one. Grizz the second. And Marsborne, despite the early losses in the A site, despite the early bomb plant, they are able to make that retake from heaven pay dividends.
Now, they don't have a lot of players surviving, just 2. 3 kills for Party Astronauts. Bomb down, they're going to bind. It's going to be decent here. Galils are possible, and we already see 3 instantly purchased. The utility's going to be light, but Party Astronauts are prioritizing firepower over tact. Holy cow, it's 5 Galils? With 2 smokes and a flashbang? Maybe 2 if OG Wizard gets one, he'll go for a smoke instead. Or get drop the smoke instead. This is hyper-aggression from Party Astronauts, hyper-firepower. On paper, they technically have a stronger rifle buy, given the 2 MP9s that Marsborne bring into this round, but the utility will make a difference, and that opening pick onto Darty will make even more of one. 3 players from Party Astronauts, 2 remaining without helmets, so the M4 is going to be tapping them all the way down to Hades. See if that continues as that opening kill. No answer back at all from Party Astronauts just yet.
I was just going to mention the lack of helmets. It already does in Darty very early in the round. The combined fire, though, it ramped. Sacrifice finds Grizz. Not much issue in that duel. Party Astronauts take control quickly and fall back. Still over a minute in the round. They still have the bomb on their back. They're hoping that causes a pivot out in the yard. Ben Lee, I believe he was heard dropping mini. I have to believe he was. And yes, he was. Minus beheads him. That is another helmetless player, one-shot headshot. Now a 3 versus 4 with OG Wizard on 5 HP. Door open, contact play. Wolfie and Mustang should have at least 1, maybe even 2, because of how well he's positioned. Minus instead gets the first, Wolfie a second. And it's 1 from Nexani, but can he find anything else is the question. Wolfie grabbing a different rifle. Gonna stop this bomb plant. Yes, he does so. No, MOTM does instead. In the second round, the anti-force buy goes the way of Marsborne.
Yeah, anti-force going the way of Marsborne is good. They keep some rifles up. I like that gun swap too. That was a pretty good idea from Wolfie. Ran out of ammo. Figured the Galil still had something left in the tank, and sure enough it did. The lack of viz for Party Astronauts is going to be interesting to see down the stretch. How that impacts the team as their highest rated player over the last 3 months is not with them now. Dink onto Wolfie. Through a wall as it's the Desert Eagle. Darty hits 1 onto Minus. And so Marsborne are reeling here against the full-on decode. No armor. And a kill in almost 2. Say 1.93 kills for Party Astronauts right now on the Deagles.
Major opportunity. MOTM trying to close the distance, only gets 1. Nexani finds 2 on the Deagle. And this is beginning to spiral out of control. You mentioned Wolfie was low on HP, basically a second kill. Well, now he's one of the final 2 standing. Grizz is trying to support. They're trying to play the numbers game, but this is an uphill battle to say the least. Grizz finds 1 finally. Ben Lee at range, though, quickly takes down Wolfie from what little HP he had. Grizz now 41 HP, a 1v2. It is doable. It's going to be difficult. That nade is important, but Ben Lee makes the crossing just in the nick of time.
Bomb will go down on A soon. Grizz has a kit in the 1v2, is damaged. One stomach shot with the Deagle will take him out. Ben does have the MP9. MP9 Dink will eliminate Grizz as well. Isolating these two 1v1s might not be the most difficult thing to do. Time is not quite his enemy yet. But it starts with the first peek onto Ben. Timing there. If you can find Sacrifice, though, Sacrifice is tucked down into Squeaky. This is going to be rough for Grizz. The yin yang is on. One. Grizz knows what's up. He has to. Either Hut or Tetris side.
He's sticking.
And time's not going to work for Sacrifice. Grizz has it in the nick of time. Not sure how many milliseconds, half seconds, or between that defuse and the death. But that was tight. Razor thin margin that keeps Marsborne up 3-0. Buy comes through from PA with a very damaging deco round. And you can see the damage it's done to the CT economy as there's nothing left over.
No resiliency. Everybody falls to win the round. Still a big round they shouldn't have won, honestly. OG Wizard has his Opt rival Wolfie. Might even see an Opera's duel early on. Marsborne on the back foot because of how little utility they started out with. Only one kit in play as well. No helmet means that Galil will be deadly for Sacrifice on the 4/5 of this Marsborne squad. That won't stop Minus over at Unbreakable from spamming away one through the smoke cross.
Lots of damage onto OG Wizard from a spam, too, as Party Astronauts are losing the early engagements. Just getting chunked on down. Minus 2 more from outside, and the bomb is down at his feet in secret. Big work from Minus, who's had himself a very solid performance. Now, 2 more to find, Xani and Sacrifice. And look at how much damage Marsborne have sustained getting these first 3 kills.
0.
Not a single point.
Wolfie's up. Finally gets some action. Finds one, finds 2. Yeah, is it rented or is it real? Let's see it.
I don't know.
It's real. There's a sticker on the scope. You can't put stickers on rented guns.
Pull it out, Wolfie. We want to look at the new skins, man.
I think he has a sticker on it. I'm pretty sure he does.
Come on. Give us the gun, Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Buddy.
Keeps like beginning to pull something else out and then he just swaps back.
Yeah, we'll see here if he pulls it out for a kill. Yeah,
No scope, never mind. Or no sticker.
No sticker. Yeah, maybe it is rented. Who knows?
Far more ambiguous. Party astronauts are thinking about maybe a fast door play on this force buy, and they will go through the Molotovs, but so much damage taken. MOTM and Mustang down. Chop attention is only good for 1. The A site taken. And Minus can't find anything with the nade in the smoke. 3 versus 4. And the economy for the CTs isn't the best because of these expensive rounds, or the round before last being so expensive, rather. So, Marsborne, it seems like they're contemplating the save, or actually just outright going for the save. Wolfie's op to Unwieldy in the retake. So Party Astronauts will finally mosey their way onto the board.
Mosey's a good way to put it. Running through the fire, getting the couple of kills, and then winning off the back of that. They've come close in several rounds, but they haven't yet, until this point, been able to take something away from Marsborne. Finally, they get it on the board. They do lose Sacrifice, so that's not the best for a round win. T-side economy a lot more elastic, so it can handle more damage, but Marsborne keeping those 3 up is critical. They'll call a tactical timeout here, too. And they might want to rethink how they're holding the A side. That might be something to talk about, as that A side defense crumbled like a paper-mache wall.
Yeah, that Mustang player was dead to rights, and the Tetris player just simply couldn't cover him. Maybe playing along the back wall and in around second vent might be the better call to support the player Mustang, or playing top hut as well. I'm sure they're having a rather engaged discussion about it. as they have another rifle buy on deck. There is no op for OG Wizard either. He's had a slow start. He's gotten some damage across the board. Only on a Galil, and he has yet to actually get a kill proper. Flurry of early utility, both in towards A and the yard. Party Astronaut just trying to keep Marsborne from establishing solid positions in the early round.
Opener for Wolfie outside. See if we can find more. Chop cut down as Ben drops down. A side open again. One back silo, one in heaven. Back silo spotted. Wolfie strikes. MOTM takes a take. Molly, or Flash rather, bursts in front of Wolfie, but Grizz, a couple of big ones. And Minus chimes in too. Good support Flash from MOTM. And that's going to get Marsborne back in the win column off the back of their timeout, keeping 3 alive. Good for the economy. Not ideal, but still better than losing 3. They lost the maximum you can really afford to lose, and stabilizing things a little bit on the CT side is critical for Marsborne, moving forward towards the middle portion of this half. Galil's out for 2, Op for OG Wizard, but Party Astronauts again significantly under-investing into utility, prioritizing firepower. Has not necessarily worked out so far well for them. But I would like to see that Opper's duel between OG Wizard and Wolfie.
I would too. It's worked for to an extent for Exani and Sacrifice, who've had okay performances, but prioritizing weaponry is definitely not what you want to do on Nuke. Not unless you're head, shoulders, and chest above your opponents, and you're just that overconfident. Minus spamming gets 1. Sacrifice down to 2 HP. And again, Marsborne are fighting all this damage without taking any in a response. Wolfie spots the jump cross. Wins the duel versus Exani. Is OG Wizard now posted on the angle? I think he is. The smoke is there, though, and so is the support from Grizz. He finds 2. His teammate falls, but that is the round taken. What a shot from Grizz to cap off the round with a hat trick. Does he grab the op? Yes, he does. He'll drop the AK for it. And Marsborne quickly racing through this first half. 6-1. With Grizz and Minus, as you said, they should be atop the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2 of the younger players for this Marsborne side. Good to see them chiming in with this kind of effect. Grizz has been a good talent in the region for a while. It's good to see him really starting to come out of his shell more and more. Half buy for Party Astronauts. Armor, pistols, a couple of deagles, trio of Tech 9s, and a slower lobby wait for them as they may think about going towards the B ramp. Grizz is here though, and he would like to farm. Hears him coming, drops the flash, or the smoke rather, and just backs away. Has support, and Marsborne ready to receive. In goes 1, in go 4, all cut down. Flawless round. Not a single point of damage taken by Marsborne. And another thing too here, Nate, that is the second time in 8 rounds Marsborne have won without taking a single point of damage.
Yeah, tactical timeout is rightly used. Off the back of that, the Brazil scoreline in the server. And Marsborne are just 2 or 3 steps ahead. We had a player at decon posted with the op at long range. Perfect angle for that. A player with a rifle into control room. Grizz falling back with the flash hit bang to buy time for those rotations. Marsborne are ready for everything that Party Astronauts are trying to throw at them. It's making Party Astronauts look a fool. So now, PA are trying to buy back in. They have an op. They, of course, saved in the round prior. They have AKs. They have good utility. But what can they change to throw a spanner in the works for Marsborne? Because they had contentious rounds, expensive rounds at the start. But as you mentioned, we've now had back-to-back flawless, clean, convincing shutouts from Marsborne.
Party Astronauts do have more utility, but is it enough to change things here on this T side? They're running out of time to get something on the board to build a second half out of. Minus has been so good winning the duels outside, too, on the spams through the smoke. Oh, but takes out Darty. The nade was incredibly damaging, too. OG Wizard still outside, top of red. May get picked off. Chop over towards single door, left alone. Does have some support from Wolfie, but it's not the best to come through with an op in that angle. Lots of control down low for Party Astronauts, but nothing to work with when it comes to an actual site execute.
It's an
And
audacious
maybe even the
angle.
loss of a player. I love it. Take the
Very
shot.
aggressive. Take the shot. There's the spot. There's the shot. And that should tell Party Astronauts that this B site is probably close. They're already doubling back. With no control of control. They have no real choice but to go towards A, and Grizz knows that. He drops into the site. 2 players in hell, ready and waiting. 35 seconds left. Party Astronauts have been red completely. Grizz, this is the opportunity. MOTM only gets 1. So with brute force, Party Astronauts might have found a way to make this round competitive, but they still had to get across the line in an even 3 versus 3 post plan.
Minus and Chop combined for all 3. Nice and clean. No post plan even happens. It's stopped before it goes down. And so, for Marsborne, 10 or 11's the limit out of this half, coming into round number 10. It's not going to be a strong buy from Party Astronauts here. Mac 10s, Tech 9s, a little bit of utility, maybe something fast, maybe something furious. A pop seems to be the cards. Maybe vent drop. No. 8. Yes, vent drop in. Bomb does go down, but MOTM and Chop take down the 2 up on the A site. Down low, Grizz tries to hold him off, is able to stop 1, won't be able to stop the plant, however. And now it's all down to Grizz to take out Darty, but Darty gets the better of him out of range. And finds Minus through the smoke as well. That was nice. Still a long way to go, but it's looking more and more possible, but he runs out of ammo. Unlucky. As Marsborne grab 9. Bomb plant, small consolation for PA. We'll see if they can get the last 2, which they desperately need.
I don't desperately need them, but it would have, oh wait, double Party Astronauts. I was looking at the wrong side. My bad. They do desperately need them. That desperation might be an understatement.
You're awful optimistic in the Party Astronaut CT side.
Pissed around the assumption, and then, you know, it just all falls by the wayside from there. You know how it is. It's simple. It's a CT-sided map, of course, so you don't need much. 1 is typically enough. This is indeed old trade. More passive for Party Astronauts. That nade nearly got Wolfie taken down. Wasn't ready for it. No one's even trying to challenge this. They know Wolfie's on a heater. They don't want to give him the opportunity at yet another opening.
Who isn't on Marsborne?
Chop and MO team have answered the call, but they aren't on heaters necessarily. They haven't had to be. Xani. His turn to answer the call. He finds 1. Chop up close in the smoke is hurt as well. He needs to hold out as long as he can. 1, 2. Wolfie chiming in with a 3rd, and somehow Marsborne make this work with their man stuck behind enemy lines. OG
Chop
Wizard and
needed to come
Sacrifice.
alive there.
He did. Now they have to claw it back to try and get a second. Just OG Wizard. 1 kill, 3 more required, and he might even wave the white flag, but with so much time, Marsborne can hunt him down.
He still can win this. A 1 versus 3 is plausible. It's not quite myth busted or myth confirmed, but we'll see what he can do. OG Wizard takes first Mustang. Can't get past the first. Grizz will bust that one. And it's 10-2, worst case for Marsborne in this first half. And the buy for Party Astronauts, it's going to be there. Utility might suffer, but that's kind of been the case for PA for this entire half. And I was bullish on Marsborne coming into this. I was not this bullish on Marsborne.
No, these are bulls in a china shop right now. They are shredding Party Astronauts. There's no other way to put it. There's no one on Party Astronauts showing us a glimmer of a decent scoreline overall. Sure, Xani's had some moments as an entry, racing forward, getting space, but no one's even close to being positive. Xani's at 6-10. OG Wizards now at 2-11. Minus is having a field day over at Secret, as is Wolfie at range with his op. Ben Leap finds one. That's all he'll find. Chop chops away the competition and establishes a commanding 11-1 lead as we enter the halftime break. Marsborne put on a clinic in the first half of Nuke, but now they enter the T side, the dreaded T side of the very same map. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic, and Marsborne looking to put this first best of one to bed. Straight out A is the call, a confidence play, and I most certainly respect it. No real actual contact being taken. 2 kills for 2. Sacrifice at ramp is actually the target of the ire of Marsborne. They split their team into 2. And Party Astronauts seize the day as a result. They double their round count, and they take a much-needed pistol round victory.
They double their round count. Not saying much. There's still 2 rounds on the board for Party Astronauts and 2 rounds separating Marsborne and a best-of-1 victory here on the first of 2 tonight. Nade goes in, second one follows up, no kills, lots of damage from Party Astronauts outside. Ben will chime in as it should be a freebie. third round of the board for the Party Astronauts, second of this CT half. But that wall, they have to scale immense. And Ben's just going to build up more and more money here. On for the ace. Will not get the ace. Ixani jumps around. And Ben will get the last. Good little confidence builder of a round for the grizzled North American veteran. As now their first real test of the CT side comes forward. AK's MAC-10. No op for Marsborne. Not like they need it. OG Wizard's going to have one of his own, though, and he needs to heat up. He's had a very quiet start on this T side of Nuke.
Very, very quiet. Struggled whether op in hand or not. I guess everybody's more or less had a slow start on the side of Party Astronauts. Marsborne, compromised investment. Back 10 for Wolfie, AK's otherwise. That won't stop Chop. Taking down OG Wizard, further bullying him. Now securing the advantage for the Marsborne team, who also now have a player down secret. I don't think he was spotted either.
Good one from Ben, but he cannot find the second. Wolfie strikes as well with his MAC-10, scaling forward. Darty finds Wolfie through the smoke, though, tapping with a P2 with USP. Sacrifice, nice little 2-tap dirt nap onto Minus, putting Chop in a 1 versus 2. Bomb down outside, but plenty of time for Chop to work with. And he can use this to his advantage. Worm in behind, Darty in Sacrifice, and try to find something of success here. Backstab onto Darty's possible. It all comes down to timing. Does he take the risk of going up the ladder? Probably not a great idea. Splits up one. Knows where he is and just can't bring the shots down to connect with Sacrifice's head. A little unlucky for Chop there, but for Party Astronauts, they'll take it any way they can get it.
Take whatever they can. Seize it by the horns. 2 survive, though, not great for the CT economy. OG Wizard, though, will still get dropped. He's up for another attempt, and Marsborne will go for the half buy. Eagles, Tech 9s, and a armor clock for Grizz. Nope, there's the Tech 9 picked up. And a little bit of utility for a potential pop play on the CT side. Got a smoke lined up in T-spawn, eagerly waiting to throw it. I think he is. Minus, out in the yard, swings and misses with the deagle as the first casualty of the round.
Sacrifice is in a good spot to hold this down. Sprays down 2. Not going to be able to get the next. And actually was bailed out by OG Wizard on that second. Not much ammunition, 10 rounds. And Wolfie will deal with OG Wizard quite nicely. That's an op upgrade for the Marsborne Opper. Grizz, their primary rifler, grabs an AK upgrade. And now, Grizz is going back into face Ixani, who shuts him down nicely. Leaving it all up to Wolfie. 1 versus 3, doing some damage. That's the goal here. Does have
they
the
won't
bomb.
let him save it.
Yeah.
Probably going to try to, but he was boxed in, I should say. Xani's still holding trophy room push, but surely they don't let him save this op. Right?
They might have to. Money's not great. Wolfie wants to go for it, though. He'll get the bomb down. That's a big win here, and now that starts the clock. If Wolfie can get 1 and upgrade to a rifle, I say upgrade given the situation, that would be huge. He makes a lot of noise, though. They know where he is. They're going to try and get this one defused. They will be successful in that. And did he take a shot there? I could have sworn that should have hit.
He shot, but I think he quick-scoped, so he's still inaccurate.
Yeah, or maybe he was moving backwards a little bit.
Honestly, I'd rather have seen him run away with the op to bring it into the following, but with the bomb plant, he can actually afford it, so not much is lost.
No. Maybe a little bit of util.
full buy for both teams, and Marsborne feeling compelled to call a tactical timeout before things spiral out of control. I respect the call. It's a good time to do so. Talk things over. Where do you want to go? Do you want to set up Wolfie for an early pick? Do you want to try to go in the yard again, despite Minus's mixed results there? A lot of questions and a lot of possibilities. I'd like to see Wolfie go for an opening pick, if possible.
Still on the edge of victory, not quite able to grab it yet. Marsborne set at 11, Party Astronauts winning the first 4 rounds of this second half. Nobody home to receive that nade. Xani bail him out. Very slow round for both sides. No need to get aggressive for Party Astronauts. Marsborne starting to probe now. As time gets lower and lower. Nade blows open the smoke. Wolfie strikes. Minus is lucky to be out there alive as he almost got caught by 2 different players of Party Astronauts.
A little further out, it would have been 3 with the op heaven, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
Actually, it was sacrifice in heaven, but still, point stands. 3 people.
Rifle, op, doesn't matter. 3 barrels turned toward you.
Exactly. Top going to probe ramp, and OG Wizard, an uncharacteristic miss. Allows the lurk to lurk away. Marsborne continue their probe outside, but time is dwindling. With about 33 seconds left in the round, and they have no real inroads in either direction. If I had to guess, it's going to be an A play, but with Chop now chopped out of the round, becomes a far more difficult prospect for them. 23 seconds left. This might even just be a save, unless they want to go through mini right now. And that's the bomb dropped. 17 seconds left. I feel like they can't do anything except save. OG Wizard posted. Darty finds 1. OG a second, finally returning to form. Just Grizz, 8 seconds left, trying to do something, and OG Wizard wakes up to shut down the round and secure a 6th now for the Party Astronauts, who finally found their groove.
They've found their groove, and Marsborne haven't. They've used 2 of their 3 timeouts as well. Time to find out if Party Astronauts have what it takes to run it back. This is where things are going to get more and more strange. How is Darty not burning?
There's a fringe spot where if the lineup isn't thrown right, he can survive.
It's just everything's flames. He's somehow still alive. Charging in come the Marsborne squad. Grizz has 3, make it 4! As the op of OG Wizard is all that stands between Marsborne and their 12th. He's gonna go for it. Creeping into lobby. MOTM is low and he'll peek first. 2 left standing. Grizz crosses over. Nade goes in. Right onto Grizz. Missed shot by OG Wizard. Ace for Grizz. And 12 for Marsborne here on Nuke.
Took them a while to get there. Keep in mind they were up 11-1. It's now 12-6. But the issue with it being so close to the end of the game for Party Astronauts is that no matter what, someone can have a lucky... Not lucky for Grizz necessarily, but you know what I mean. A round where they're given an opportunity and they seize the day. And that was one such round. Grizz pulling off the ace, playing off his teammates so incredibly well, and taking over the round. Now forcing Marsborne to play for overtime. From a very, very disadvantageous position, especially now that Ben Lee has been taken down by the op of Wolfie. Smokes once again on the cross. Seems like Darty's feeling pressured to make a hero play. Oh, no.
Yep.
You can tell even he is upset by that one, hitting the scroll wheel. Betraying what was a very smart and risky crossing to garage. Five secret, and all five now beginning to go for a B split. Two at ramp, beginning to migrate down, but they're stuck at the choke points at this stage. Xani, one side, all it away. His teammate already running away as well. Sacrifice falling back. Guardy does get one of the chaos, dropping down. Vincent, I was thinking maybe secret, but he only gets one. MOTM a second, Wolfie a third. And OG Wizard is again left the clutch with an op in hand, this time a 1v4, and he pre-fires an angle and misses it thoroughly. It's the Tech 9 of Wolfie to win the Oppers duel. And it is Marsborne to win the series 13-6. Quite the statement from them.
It was quite the statement, but at the same time, you can't help but feel like it should have been a lot